Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. And for my continued followers, I want to say thank you. And I've done a few videos recently on police officers and some of the crazy, chaotic things that have happened with them. So I got another one. I did one yesterday on a Mississippi cop that got caught shoplifting in her uniform, and she drove her police cruiser. And she got caught shoplifting at Dick's Sporting Goods store, stealing a $150 pair of sneakers. But this one is even a little bit more crazier to a certain degree. This is about a New Jersey police chief and one of his underlings, a police officer that was doing a DWI traffic stop, and the chief of police and the police officer got into a physical altercation. So here we go. New York cop slams own police chief onto car hood after boss allegedly shows up drunk to accident scene. A New Jersey Shore police chief was suspended after reportedly showing up drunk to an accident scene, and getting into a scuffle with one of his own officers. Wow. Who later slammed his boss, the chief of police, onto the hood of a police cruiser and told the chief to leave before he gets in a problem. The confrontation between Bradley Beach Police Chief Leonard Gouda and Sergeant William Major erupted on the night of November 9th when the chief allegedly walked up to a suspected drunk driving crash on Main Street and began berating Officer Major, William Major, about his uniform, of all things. Not asking him what's going on with the accident, was anybody hurt, where were they at that particular point, is anybody getting arrested? He's worried about his uniform. According to body cam footage obtained by TAP local news site. And the chief of police said, "Why you got a jacket on that's not fit to be worn?" Gouda asked on the recording. "Get rid of it. That's ridiculous. You're a sergeant, for God's sake." Officer Major took the jacket off and then walked back to the smashed up car. But Chief Gouda wasn't done, and he called for Officer Major to come back. When the sergeant ignored him, Chief Gouda followed and went to grab the Officer Major's arm. Officer Major said, "Don't touch me," Major yelled as he grabbed the swaying chief by his lapels and threw him on the hood of a police cruiser. "Don't you fucking touch me. You have a problem. You grab me, now get out of here before you get another problem." That's what Officer Major said to the police chief of Bradley Beach, Leonard Gouda. Then he lifted Chief Gouda back off the car and shoved him away, muttering that his boss was drunk again, according to the footage. So, Police Chief Leonard Gouda came to an accident scene drunk, according to Sergeant Major. Gouda began telling other officers to take him in, to which Majors responded, again trying to shove him away. "Chief, get out of here, or you're going to get locked up," Sergeant Major said. "Chief, you're going to get locked up. You're grabbing me. I asked you 3 times to leave me alone. You're obstructing my DWI. You grab me, you're out of line. It's on video, and I'm not going to argue with you." Chief Gouda suspended him on the spot for being insubordinate, and after more back and forth, Sergeant Majors heads back to the station to wait for his conversation with the chief. Major has since returned to duty, but Sergeant Majors has since returned to duty, but Chief Gouda, the one that was drunk at the scene of the DWI, was suspended from his $174,000 a year job about a month after the incident. He remains on administrative leave from the 18-member department, according to Borough Mayor Larry Fox. A spokesman for the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office said the agency investigated Chief Gouda's conduct and subsequently forwarded their findings to the Borough of Bradley Beach for its review. He said, "We fully expect that the actions we have taken and the additional actions pending in Bradley Beach will collectively remedy this issue and situation," the statement said. Fox echoed this in an email stated to the Post. "I have received a report from the prosecutor's office," he wrote. "As you know, this is a personal matter, and until it's completed, I can't really comment in detail at this time. But I am confident we will have closure shortly." Chief Gouda did not respond to the request. What is going on with our police officers? There's a huge shortage of police officers in most of our major cities across America. In St. Louis, in the metropolitan area, they're down about 450 police officers. Chicago needs about 1,000 police officers. And in New York last year alone, over 2,500 police officers left the force either before retirement or took retirement. Very stressful job. It's underpaid. Life is on the line each and every day. There's very little respect for police officers nowadays because of occasional mishaps that are taking place with police officers and the U.S. citizens, and with social media and national media. One bad apple or two or three bad apples out of 100,000 gets heightened and exploited to where it looks like the entire force is bad. And that's not necessarily true. There's bad apples in any group of individuals, whether it's corporate America, on a football field, a football team, basketball team, fire department. There are bad doctors, bad lawyers. That doesn't mean the entire profession is that way. But evidently, if Chief Gouda was showing up at a particular DWI stop and drunk, this has been an ongoing issue. And evidently many of the officers in the department, his subordinates, were fully aware of it, because for Sergeant William Majors to react so immediate and drastic to the chief when he came upon the scene shows that he was at the top of his heap as far as dealing with Chief Leonard Gouda, who evidently might have a drinking problem, which is impairing his decision making. As I said, it's tough enough with these police departments, with many not-for-profit organizations trying to defund the police. You see the defunding of the police in Oakland and San Francisco has decimated those areas in California. They've been trying to defund the police in Chicago, and look at the amount of gun violence that has taken place. There's been a movement to defund the police in New York, and you see what's going on with the migrants and everyday crime, shoplifting and looting in New York. They have laxed the laws with cashless bonds now. Illinois has a Safety Act where if you get caught under a minor criminal infraction, you don't have to place a bond, and you can go back to court 30 days later under your own recognizance. LA County has a cashless bond system, and New York has a very similar situation where people are repeatedly committing minor crimes, getting detained, and then getting out on their own. This is very disturbing. I think the scenario with this New Jersey sergeant and his chief is very disturbing, and we need to find a better way for policing and public safety to be a good factor in America.